Hi everyone, pray you're well and blessed. Good to be with you again. Today I just wanted to do a quick one, but sorry about the last video. It cut out before I realised that the time had run out, and I went on for a little while longer talking to myself. Yeah, so today it's not actually going to be a very long one. There's just something that come across my mind a few days ago and has just been recycling like a carousel. So I just wanted to share it to see what anyone else and everyone else thinks as well. Just before I say anything, this is just speculation and it's not necessarily even my opinion. It's just a thought that's been in my head that I want to share. So, if you know what this is that I've got on the screen here, this thing here, it's a report that got released in 2017 about populations. And seeing as one of the first topics I was talking about around that time was populations, I did kind of see this then. And it's basically a report from military data and population change. And what they've gotten, as you can see on the screen, most of this is irrelevant and I don't actually even know how to explain what each of it means. But all I'm considered about is the first four tabs: the country, the population as it was in 2017, what the population they claim to be in 2025, and the change being the difference between them two. But before we start, I'd like to say that this here at the top, for example, is the United Kingdom. In 2017 was 63.4 million population. At the moment it's about 70 million, so it's gone up about 10%. And what I've noticed in a lot of the numbers on here, they have all gone up around 10%. So now that we're in 2025 and there's 10% more population than what it says in this tab, possibly the population change percentage will remain the same. So where this has gone up 10%, this will probably go up 10% as well. But anyway, what I wanted to point out is whatever the purpose for this being released was, is not clear to us. And I want to propose that possibly it was to do with an attempt in the past that failed or is still underway, or it's something that they expect to happen, that this amount of people just go quickly. And if you're catching on to my drift already, maybe these numbers are what are considered to be the pre-trib group that they on Earth know about. And why would I even say something like that? Because if you look at these top countries in this list that are going to have the biggest reductions in their populations this year, say the top 3, 4, 5, 6, the top 6, which is the UK, Ireland, USA, Puerto Rico, and Germany, are all going to lose 2/3 or more of their population this year, according to this chart that was released in 2017. So, is this the pre-trib group? And because I wondered, is this just like a Christian count of Christians in each nation? Because this document is quite extensive. So it goes down. There's actually 80 countries in here in total, and I know there's more than 80 countries in the world, so I know that there's some missing off of here. And when I went to find more data on it, because I can't seem to download the actual report itself, but I can find snapshots of the chart. Here, for example, I found one, because on this chart I know China's missing on the other screen, whereas on here I found China, because this one was set in alphabetical order of the country, so here I managed to find it. And you know, it shows here that the population reduction in China this year is going to be 1.6% less, which don't seem like much, but it is still 22 million roughly, something like that. But as I said before, the populations have changed, and this has probably gone up 10%, so this is at probably 1.5 billion population now. So that 1.6% of 1.5 billion would be higher, and the difference would be greater. But anyway, so getting to the point, I thought that maybe this was a Christian count. So I went on, for example, I found Bahrain here, wherever it was, there, and I noticed it's saying here that there's going to be a population reduction of over 40% in Bahrain. So I just went on Google and I said percentage of Christian population in Bahrain, and it's only 12%. So I don't know if it is necessarily to do with counts of people that have officially gone into church and actively used the church or anything like that per se, but quite possibly those who hold this kind of data might have data that potentially shows who's a part of what tribe, or who's a part of who, or who, I don't know, maybe there's some information they are aware of that we're not, that someone's aware of that we're not, and that possibly this is an expectation of vanishing this year of 2025. If it is, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, it's not incredible because so many people are going to go through tribulation. But when I look at, say, my country, for example, 77%, excuse me, that's got to be everyone I know. And I don't know any Christians in person that I'm aware of anyway, that don't, other than the ones I met when I went and got baptised. So that would be everyone I know that I'm aware of, people that are Christians and not. And, you know, God knows our hearts. So there might be people that he'll save that haven't, you know, called out his name yet. So to me, this is really incredible. And for most of the people that watch this channel, my videos are from the UK and the United States of America, and seeing as they're in the top 3, Ireland being, half of Ireland is a part of the UK, the other half isn't, or a bigger portion of it isn't, and that's this little portion of people here. But ultimately the UK and the USA are the biggest proponents of population reduction, and also the leopard of the beasts in Revelation also is going to take a massive hit. So if you think about it, these places have been filling up with other people recently, and maybe they're aware and they know that in a blink of an eye, just like Pharaoh in Egypt, they could lose all their slaves, all their workers, and what would they do then? They would no longer have any power. They would just have a nation with 22% of its inhabitants there, and no one to control, and no way to control them few that are scattered far and few between. So just something I wanted to bring up. Maybe this is something to do with that, which is another reason why this has been rolling through my mind. So it wasn't a very big video today, but I just wanted to share that. And actually, yeah, I wanted to take it to scripture as well. So I was looking at the places that we're well aware of, say Luke 21:36. Watch and pray always that you can be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, to stand before the Son of Man. Entirely deserving. Sorry, where was it? It was this bit. And all the people, and I was trying to look at it, I was saying, and all the people, who is all? And it's like, everyone. As many as, I know that's very obscure of me, there's nothing there to point at anything, but when I was looking at Revelation, and you look at the bit where it talks about the amount of people in the pre-trib escape, it being, the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000. 10,000 times 10,000 is 100 million. If you do, on a calculator, it's 100 million. And thousands of thousands, 1,000 times 1,000 is 1,000,000. So it's saying between 101 million and biological thought 199 million, because if it was 200 million, it would be 10,000 times 10,000 with an S there. So it's between 101 and 199 million, according to straightforward looking at that. But when you go into concordance, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000. Here it says 10,000 number, G3461. By extension, a myriad or an indefinite number, and the word myriad's used quite a lot in older scriptures, ones that might not be commonly known, but myriads talking about massive groups of, and sometimes doesn't necessarily mean a specific number, but we in English would have attributed a number to it, being that it was talking about a number. And this other one was extension of myriad, indefinite number, it's 10,000. And thousands of thousands. Yeah, so I was thinking that maybe it's saying more, because when you go back to this, there is a bit at the bottom of this that has the population count for the whole Earth. So where is it? There. So I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's at the bottom. World. Also, once again, this was done in 2017. So at that time, the world had, according to this, 7.25 billion in the world as a population. And in 2025, at that point in time, they were predicting it to go down to less than 6.9 billion. So around 356 million reduction. 356 million reduction of this is 4.9%. And obviously, in these past 7 years, it's now 2025, and the numbers aren't going close to that, but they're actually 10% higher. So there's about 8 billion on the Earth right now. So this 5% would actually be somewhat closer to 500 million that would be going roughly, according to these percentages of the reductions. So, I mean, I know God's awesome, but is he even more awesome than we can comprehend? Do you know what I mean? Let's pray to God about it, because it's just incredible. And once again, for the other 95%, I do pray, and I will continue to pray for everyone to call upon the name of the Lord, to be saved, to know his goodness. But I am thankful that there's a possibility that people that I know in my life, that I know are good people, but just have not accepted the Lord, that they might be there. That's pretty incredible. So I just wanted to share that today, and let you know that I'm well, and I hope you are too. And that if we have got 5 weeks, 1 month or so, maybe we've got 6 months, who knows, anywhere in between. But I certainly feel like this year is the year, and someone else has known it already as well. And that's why certain things are happening in the world at the moment in preparation for it. Anyway, take care everyone. God bless. Speak with you soon. Bye bye.